It is a shame that members of the black community started the trend, and so many other people followed. This is an updated voting poll.
Updated.
Brown people voted for Kamala Harris more, but you fall for the colonizers' divisive tactics, the inaccurate voting polls, the initial propaganda. It is immature and immoral to be centering that type of behavior in response to a community that is being mass deported, imprisoned in concentration camps, and tossed out of the country to who knows where without any rights or contact to any lawyer or family. When we should be focused on solidarity, and this has to stop immediately. Especially those of you who claim to be activists perpetuating this FAFOBS nonsense.
Shouts out to Aaliyah, because this is where it was on her page when I first saw this lady, this Mexican lady. And then I went to her page and she doubled down and literally said that they helped us during the Civil War, which is a lie. And the Mexicans helped free the slaves. First of all, Mexico had slavery themselves that wasn't abolished until 1829 or 1830 or something, somewhere around there. And the president that abolished slavery in Mexico was Afro-Indigenous. I don't know why they keep leaving that part out. He looked more like a negro than he looked like. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And when we were down there, we was fighting beside them. We was helping to protect their borders. They conveniently leave that out. All this civil rights, there was nobody that was not fighting with us for civil rights. Is a lie and a scam, not as a collective. And they know a lot of them are anti-black. It is so crazy that they keep blaming us. First of all, we've been saying fuck around and found out, just like we've been saying a whole bunch of other shit that they co-opt and steal and turn into something else. Fuck around and found out never really had no political meaning. That's just how black people talk. Bitch, fuck around and find out. That's how we talk. Why do they keep blaming us and centering us when we are not the ones that's putting them in concentration camps? We do not yield, nor do we hold the power to deport them. They are focusing on the wrong people. Why y'all not mad at MAGA? Why y'all not sticking it to the white man? I mean, we just got to call it a spade a spade. It's so weird that the Mexican and the Latino community keeps coming for black people. It's because we're not putting our bodies, we're not sacrificing our bodies and going and running out and standing on the front lines. Is that what it is? Why they got so much animosity toward us like we're the ones that's doing this to them? We're not inflicting any pain on you. And as per Aaliyah's video, because I never saw that initial video, she played a video of a bald head clear guy coining fuck around and find out for political purposes. Once again, stealing our shit, renaming, reclassifying it, giving it a different meaning. We're not making fun of y'all like that. We really ain't. We don't give a... It's unfortunate, but stop blaming. You're pointing,
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Actually, guys, Latino, they're so furious that Trump is deporting them and they voted for him and he refused to deport Black America. These people doesn't know that Black America can't be deported because they are not immigrant. So they don't understand this, and this pissing them off. So guys, let's dive in. The credit belongs to the owner of the videos. I'll be back with more commentary.
Where are you guys? Why are we alone? We support everything when it comes to you guys. We are always there for you. And this is why we Latinos are just different. We're
very different, because 60% of black folks will never vote against their own community. Don't you see how one moment had you sitting here rubbing your hair talking about something? We so different. No, you're not. And now you're just realizing you're not different. You're a nigga with a silk press. What's happening with Latinos is horrible. But there are a few things that we need to point out. First, black people stood 10 toes down for you. We put our hand out for you. And more than half of your community said nope and closed the door on their own people because they thought they had safe citizenship in this country. Porque este malditos es unos lambonos para este país. And they did not care what happened to the rest of their community. And for two, the same people that voted against you are now quiet, standing next to you marching, talking about we're family. Black people know a scam when we see it. And we know the same people that voted against you, they're still in that crowd. And Latinos are finding time to make videos saying, black people, what's going on? Other people, what's going on? And they're not addressing that more than 60% of their community voted against them and closed the door on their own people. And now that white folks turned on them, they're acting like they had no clue. That is terrifying to have in your community. Before you enlist any help, one thing. Primero, busca los lambones en su comunidad. You need to look for the lambonos in your community first. Because I don't know who they are, but you got a bunch of traitors marching next to you. So you need to start to question people. Because as vocal as they were on turning on everybody else, they need to be vocal right now.
Latinos have to be more delusional than J-Lo thinking she's really Selena to believe that black people can be deported in their own country and that black people are immigrants.
Are you people insane? What are you talking about?
Through my short tenure on this app, having conversations with people throughout the diaspora and people from around the world, it has come to my attention that many do believe that black people are actually immigrants in the country that we hail from. This is why we get hit with, where are you from? And when somebody says Georgia or New York or Detroit, they're like, no, where are your parents from? And I'm like, New York. They don't get it. And it's like, you arrived here as an immigrant and you think America is a white country. America's never been a white country. America has always been a multi-ethnic country in which white people have been the majority of. Never been a white country. So you don't look at a black person or a native person and be like, oh, you're really American. That's just the reality of this country. We'll always say the only real Americans in this current iteration of America we have are white people, black people, and Native Americans, because those three people have been here since before the inception of America and during the creation of America. Everyone else came after. All the other European immigrants came through Ellis Island. The Italians, the Polish, the Jewish people, the Greeks, all of those people are later additions. We've been here since before all of them. So how can a black person be deported? I would implore you to actually know the history of the country you're living in or trying to occupy. And before you speak to someone who is actually a descendant of the people who have been here since the 1700s, do better. Do better. This is a sad attempt at you trying to force my hand to support Latinos because of what's happening right now. I do support everyone, but to say a comment like this is dumb because black people cannot be deported because we're from here. Now, can other black immigrants be deported? 1000%. I have family that can be deported because I have family from all around the world. But I'm American. But that's a different conversation in terms of identity politics and how Afro-Latinos or Caribbean or Africans identify in this current phase of America. Latinos are the ones that are being targeted right now. Asians are the ones being targeted right now. And Latino people have a history of anti-blackness and a history of colorism within their community. You guys are racist towards your own dark-skinned people, your own black people. So you have to stop looking to black people for like unwavering support, and then in the same sentence be like, well, you're next, or you're ghetto, or you're this. And it's like the underlying tones of racism and threats that you guys put in your messaging aren't helping your cause. They aren't helping your cause.
So today on here, I saw something that really bothered me. A Latino woman basically was asking why the black community isn't there for the Latino community like they were there for us during BLM. Oh boy, y'all might want to buckle up for this one because this is about to be a CM Punk type rant. And in the theme of this Phil Brooks type rant, let me go and say the words that he once said to the universe. Do we have everybody's attention now? Now then, I say that because I find it funny that it takes us stepping back as a community entirely for people to recognize what's going on. Now, notice I said it was funny. I did not say I was shocked. Because this is what always happens. You see, somehow we are always blamed for things, despite the fact that a lot of times it's not our fault. And this one definitely is not our fault. Did you see those voting numbers? We didn't put that piece of shit in office. You did it. But you say you helped us during BLM and that's why we should help you? I don't remember that. Because you see, what I remember is that it took a black man losing his life at a point where the world had no choice but to watch for you to recognize that we go through shit. But you have the gall to sit there and blame us when the only thing that we did was try to prevent this from happening. Hey, I actually have a crazy idea. How about instead of blaming my community, you do what everybody tells us to do and check your own? Because they were the ones with the superiority complexes that made them think that they were better than people that look just like them. And excuse me, but why do we always have to be the ones that have grace for people? Because from where I'm sitting, a lot of people don't show us that same grace when things happen with us. Because the thing is, we read the 900-page document. We researched. We looked into things. I'm not sure we could say the same about you. Now then, I know it's not everybody. So right now, we need as much solidarity as possible. Period. Now then, if you want to sit there and point fingers, cool, whatever. But us, we got a world to save. So what you do from this point is up to you.
Actually, what I think is true, like Black America, they voted right, they show up and voted the right. And now if they're saying we are not going to protest with you, we're not going to come and help you out. This time we are going to mind our own business because we did right things, but you guys, you refused to vote for your interest. Instead, you voted against your own interest. So don't expect us to come out. And if you're waiting for them to come and deport us, you are so wrong, because we are not immigrants. It's even crazier that these people doesn't know that they actually that black, if I can say, Black America can't be deported. Of course they can't be deported because they are not immigrant. You can deport Asian, you can deport those Caribbean, you can deport African immigrants, like, but there's no way you're deporting Black America because they are not immigrant. So Latino, they're suffering to understand this, because they're like, oh, if you don't help us, you are next. You are going to suffer next. But this is not going to happen, guys. Let's keep watching.
And listen, I don't know if y'all seen that video, right, where this Mexican guy was like, well, how come they're not deporting black folks? Why black folks are not getting arrested and all this extra shit, right? And I just think that video was kind of funny because obviously this guy don't know the history of America. Obviously he don't. And ICE would have no reason to deport black folks simply because a lot of us that are actually citizens of America, we were born here. We've been here since day one. This is actually our home and our land. We would not have a reason to be deported anywhere else. Like that, it makes no sense. Like seriously, these folks is really crashing out and blaming black folks because ICE ain't bothering us. Like that's crazy to me. Like y'all need to handle y'all business. Don't put the blame on us because we ain't doing shit. Like for real, bro. Like y'all mad because y'all in the country illegal and they trying to get y'all ass back to where the fuck y'all came from. But y'all up put blaming the shit on black folks. Like we doing some shit to y'all. This is a prime example why we need to stay out of this bullshit. Let them folks handle their own business and we just sit back and relax. Because obviously this is not our fight anyway. Like seriously, I thought that video was funny because why would ICE be deporting black people when majority of us as black folks is from America? We were born.
Justice served, killing people on the street is not a part of the rules of the land, baby. The rules of the land, just like any other country, you have to have a visa or citizenship to stay here for years. So comparing it and saying that y'all fought with a student Black Lives Matter, number one, the numbers weren't numbering, okay? And number two, that's negating the fact that y'all have black people in your community. So it still goes back to you being racist. Because we were fighting for things that were actually due to us called due process. Maybe if you learned the rules of the land, you would know what due process means. And that's exactly what Black Lives Matter was fighting for us to actually have due process if somebody broke the law or if they didn't break the law and they were unjustly killed by the police. You being deported because you don't have proper documentation is just what's not clicking. Racist Latino community.
Latinos didn't know that Black Americans are not immigrants. Child, I just don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say to that. It makes sense though, because the narrative that I've always heard about, why don't Black Americans have the same drive or take initiative, or the narrative that we're lazy, even though we worked here for free. Like, didn't you know that? Didn't you know that our ancestors worked for free for hundreds of years? Like, I thought that was common knowledge, but I guess it's not. Like, this is really bad. If this is the case, why do you even need to take away critical race theory? People don't know it now. Might as well leave it in place. They don't know it right now. They don't even know the history of black people in America. I just don't even know what to say. at this point. It's way worse than I thought it was. But I do feel like Paul Mooney, that people are getting their Negro wake up call, but in Spanish, they Latin wake up call, they Hispanic wake up call, because they learned it.
Every time somebody says that Black Americans are going to be deported, outside of the fact that it just makes them look like an idiot, it immediately lets me know that they have no idea how America works. They have no idea about the system that they willfully immigrated into. Black Americans have always been America's biggest asset. We have always been the profit of America, even going beyond slavery. America wouldn't be what it is had they not had hundreds of years of free labor. Okay. But even going beyond that, once we were freed, we were still their biggest asset. Our culture that we created was the biggest asset that was exported even till this day. So even when you look at, like, I just saw Tariq Nasheed talk about the Negro Leagues, right? They didn't start integrating players from the Negro Leagues into the major leagues until they saw that the Negro Leagues were actually becoming more popular than the regular major league that was white only. So they didn't integrate or take these players out of the kindness of their heart because they just wanted to do the right thing. It was all about what was profitable. They saw money bags because that's how this country works. Why would you get rid of in masses, even if you could, even if that were an option as a entity, why would you get rid of your biggest asset? See, the system isn't solely about white supremacy because white people are being crushed underneath the system too. The system only cares about what they can use to maintain itself for whoever is in control of the system, whoever is at the top of the hierarchy, the oligarchs. That's what they care about. That's the reason why everybody is pushed into this capitalist slave like society and this crushing weight of price gouging and having to work yourself into a grave just to maintain a life or to earn a living. Everybody is basically pushed into that same system regardless of color. Doesn't matter if you're white. If the system can use you as a slave, it will absolutely do that. And you see, they bring these immigrants over here and they use them as a buffer class or as a working class or as a cheap labor class, and they make you think that this is this big American dream. But what they're really doing is they're using you, kind of like when you hire a prostitute to satisfy your needs. You fuck them in their ass, and then when you're done, you toss them a couple dollars, call them an Uber, and tell them to get the fuck out of here. That's exactly what America does to immigrants. That's exactly what's happening right now. They bring you over here, they fuck you in your ass, they give you a couple dollars, and they ship you up out of here when they're done with you. They can't ship Black Americans anywhere, but they wouldn't want to do that anyway because, once again, our culture is marketable. Everything that we do, they take it, they export it, and they profit from it. And they've been doing that for centuries. They've been doing that for the longest. So they're never going to get rid of us, even if they could. And if they, and think about it, how much money would it take to get rid of 40, 50 million people? 40, 50 million of your biggest asset, you're going to ship it off to somewhere else. And you know damn well that if they was to actually do that, our country would be more poppin' than anyone in this world, including the United States. And it would be somewhere that everybody would want to be. I guarantee you 100%. The proof is already in the pudding. So, food for thought.
What's happened, actually, these people, they manipulated them. I don't know what they told them. I don't know what they lie about so to convince them, or they use maybe something they have inside so they can lie to them and vote for them. And now they're toasting them around, they are like deporting them. This is when they're remembering, oh, we have Black people, let's tell them to come and help us. But you guys, you didn't like stand with them when you're voting. You voted people who are against them openly. And now, because they refuse to come out and protest with you, you're saying, oh, you guys, you are next. Black people been handling many fights. been going through many things, but they win it all again and again. So let them be. When it's come to them, they will know how to handle it. They will know how to figure out how to do this. So don't just try to scare them or telling them anything, because they've been doing this for themselves for a long time. You guys didn't show up to help them. No one show up to help them. So they know how to deal with these things more than everyone. So I think this should be a wake-up call for many people for the next time election to vote right, not to let people manipulate you. Do enough research and know that you have voted the right candidate. That's the only thing I can say, guys. I'm sorry this was a short one. If you enjoyed today's episode, kindly subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. I will see you next one as always. Bye.